Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. Is there any public comment? Did anybody not have a chance to read the minutes from last month?
Looks good.
Are there any changes?
None that I could see.
Minutes are approved. We have financial report and claims.
Okay, oh, you're fast. Okay, so you have a copy there. Your cash account, airport cash account, 68,726.80. 68,726.80. And your CIP account, 490,761.38. 490,761.38. And your claims. So you won the McAfee lottery on my computer. I do the 3 switch, but you're up. It's $89.99 for my protection on my computer. There's a Townsend hardware for some acid toilet bowl cleaner for $7.99, and True Value 2-inch galvanized pipe cap for $10.99. You know what, Mr. Chairman, I'm looking at my minutes and I'm wondering if that's a repeat from last time, that last claim.
Pipe cap, yeah, or another one.
Yeah, or another one. Okay, I'm gonna double check on that one. Maybe he had to buy another one. I don't know, but I'll check.
What's the date on the receipt?
Well, it says the invoicing is 12/31, but I think the date that he bought it was 12/10. Was that not right on there?
12/5 was the invoice.
Okay, so I think maybe that's a repeat, so I will retract that one. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to check. I'll double check on that one and get back with you at next meeting.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the claims with pending the 1099 pipe cap?
I'll move to approve the claims except for the 1099.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, and Lance was not going to call in tonight? Is that
He
the
did
story?
not say he was calling in tonight.
Okay.
To me.
There was an email that he had sent. I don't have that in front of me. Do we have any updates from him?
He does have this
right
in the
here.
packet in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
I
is
got one
right
here.
here.
We got it.
I'm just
Thank you.
I think he broke it down for us in the email,
Do you need me to get it back up and read it?
if possible.
Okay.
I think it was just an
He
update
says-
on the start time.
It says no action needed by me, so just a simple update, see attached, we expect Bullock to begin crushing off aggregate soon, is this correct? Which they plan to begin trucking to site for stockpile. Prior to that occurring, we will coordinate with the board county regarding moving of the fairgrounds fence line to the airport property corners. RPA will be down to stake those property lines soon, including the pivot corner parcels that were acquired a couple of years ago.
Great. Any comment or discussion on Lance's report?
Sounds like we're on schedule.
Yeah, it's great. And he talked about construction beginning as soon as April, weather permitting?
Says mid-April to mid-May.
Yep.
Do we have signs up notifying people who fly in that this project is going to be happening and that the runway may be down. I'm wondering if we need to start advertising for that for people who may be flying in and are unaware.
Well,
I
we
wonder if
could,
there's a NOTAM that would,
yeah, I mean, we could put a NOTAM up immediately, you know, as soon as Dwight's
Yeah, like
back.
when it's closed,
Yeah.
but I'm just thinking, you know, people who fly in on a weekend, I mean, it might be nice to just give a heads up? Or do you think a NOTAM is necessary? I mean, it is necessary. Do you think a
Yeah.
NOTAM is sufficient?
We'd probably, you know, post something in the pilot lounge.
Yeah, that's what I'm
or-
thinking.
Or at the fuel pump.
Yeah,
or
just
both.
like
You
a,
know, if we wanted to do something like that to give people a heads up.
and our.
But they
our
should be looking at
website.
NOTAMs.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was just a thought
Yeah.
I had as I was reading
No,
this
I think it's a
email.
good move, yeah.
We're covered with NOTAMs, but a sign in the pilot lounge and maybe a note on the website would be
Mhm.
helpful.
Sure.
Barbara, would you put a note on the website about
Yep, that construction is going to begin either, about the aggregate or the both?
that? That construction and runway will be closed, starting sometime April to May
Okay.
for a period of 90 days.
They'll be hauling across in front of the fuel though, won't
Pull
they?
that out, right?
We may have to put a NOTAM up sooner.
I mean, I would think if the runway is open, then it probably, you know, you could maybe issue like some kind of an advisory or like a NOTAM for the area of the ramp that would be closed, but I don't know if that, I mean, I'm okay them starting that without notification ahead of time, but if a runway is gonna be closed, you may just wanna give people the courtesy that, hey, the
Mhm.
airport's gonna be closed for, and it's not like just a couple days, it's 90 days
Mhm.
from April, you know, starting in April or May, and,
It could be as late as October,
yeah.
that's what I remember seeing.
But if we put a NOTAM up now, because you can post date a NOTAM, so
Sure.
it'll be like an advisory until it starts.
Mm-hmm.
So who does the NOTAMs, right?
Dwight.
Dwight, yeah.
I have another question. You know those two planes that are on the ramp, that we know, are they flyable? Can they fly?
I've seen Jeremy's fly.
I believe they're both
Recently.
flyable, but I'm not maybe the go-to guy on that.
Who's the Cessna? Do we
Devon
know?
Air was at Three Forks, now it's here.
I mean, I haven't
Not
seen it
Devon
fly
Air,
recently, but I've
Musketeer.
seen him fly it in and out.
Musketeer.
He,
Yeah, Musketeer,
Point being, we ought to notify them that they got to be gone.
yeah.
Does anybody have their contact? I know
You
I,
can
I can
look
get the
it up.
contact for
Yeah,
the
that's
he
not
he
registered.
tried to apply for a hangar, so we definitely have his contact, the Jeremy kid.
Is that the Debonair?
I don't know,
Musketeer,
The Musketeer.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Musketeer,
Whatever.
the low wing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that. Aubrey, if you've got his contact
Metz.
So
information.
who are we talking about? I'm sorry. I was
The
thinking-
Metz guy, is his name Jeremy Metz? Is that
Oh.
his name? He was looking at, had his name on the hangar list,
Yes.
so you'd have to have his contact number.
Yes, I
I
do.
think that's who owns it,
And how do you, and you want me to notify him for what again?
that he's,
He's gonna have to
He
get his
needs to
airplane
move
gone.
the
it's gonna be stuck for a
Yes,
while.
He's on a tie-down. Is that what that-
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are we gonna
That's
tell
all.
him that he's got to?
I'd just say that we're gonna have gravel trucks in there by April 1st.
Well, and we're gonna tear up the
The ramp.
ramp. Mm-hmm. So it'll have to be gone. Tie it down at Kenny Ferry.
Okay.
Or we'll drag it out in the field by the fairgrounds. I mean, that's what you'll be left with. It's not gonna slow our project down. Sorry, we'll just tow it and charge him.
Well, I'm sure we can.
No, probably work out.
Settle it
easier.
amicably.
Probably better
Yeah.
not.
And they're gonna start like grinding up the ramp area, but there'll still be some of the ramp usable? How's that? I wonder if,
I think that'll be up to the contractor what
Yeah.
they're willing to. If something can be set aside and then moved later or something, I don't know.
I guess maybe we need some clarification from Lance, like, when is everything going to be officially closed?
Yeah, let's just put that in for the next meeting, or we can just
Yeah,
talk with Lance about timing.
Okay. I'll ask
I wonder, I bet if I asked around, I could get the name to the Cessna that's there.
You could probably look it up under the registry, like by
Yeah.
tail number on,
Oh,
Yeah.
in number,
Yeah.
in registry.
and there
yeah.
might be
Yep.
able to get contact that way.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll pursue that a little bit. Okay, you want to wait to notify the Mets guy then? Is that what you're saying, Rob? Until we talk to Lance, we have more firm details?
Yeah, I think, that's plenty of time in advance, because nothing's gonna happen until April, so.
Did you contact him? Yet?
Why don't we just put that as a item on the next meeting that
Exactly.
we'll talk to Lance about,
Mhm.
specifics on
Dates.
dates.
Mhm.
And then do you want me to still put it on the website and the pilot's lounge and the fuel, or wait on that too?
We
No,
could
let's,
wait.
Go ahead and do that.
Let's just wait,
Oh.
then we know Lance will give us the go-ahead, like,
Mhm. Yeah. What is it, January? Yeah, we still got plenty of time.
yeah.
Okay. We have an update, discuss hangar owner document.
Okay. That's me.
Okay.
So this came out of a discussion with our county attorney, right? So instead of, I think I emailed you all, but for the public, I just took Dwight's comprehensive document and added the lease date to the last line. And I was missing some that I gave you, but I've since filled them in, so I'll give you an updated document as soon as I get Adam's date of signature in there. And there are two that I believe are up. One is Ron Losser, he was 2000. And the other one was 8U9. Keller's was 94. And I need to check the lease on that because that's an 8U9, and Daryl might have said that that had a little bit different kind of lease. So they're a 20-year lease, so those two would be over, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Keller was 1994.
Yes, Keller is 94, Losser is 2000.
So we simply need to give them a new lease and have them sign it.
Mhm.
Yes, that's the way to
Okay.
do it, yes. So I'll give you the updated list when after I add
There you go.
Adams, and just check your tel numbers and your address and phone numbers. I had a few things I had to change on there,
Mhm.
so it's accurate. And then I'll give it, as soon as I get it filled out, I'll give a copy to Kim. Let her know we have a document that at least has them written down.
Would you like to see that guy?
And you're gonna email Levi's copy, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw that one earlier, so,
yes.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so no action required on that, Aubrey, correct?
No, just, no.
Okay. Okay, the new fuel system, Bob had called me and he's still working on it. He's still working on getting somebody here. It was interesting, I was in Green River, Utah, fueling up. They had a Fuel Master system. And I pull up to the pump and a guy comes running out, oh, let me help you with that. We've had nothing but trouble with this system. And so I got to talking with this guy about Fuel Master. It was really interesting. He says, well, you have to use the wrong card, then it shuts off. And then sometimes it doesn't work. We've had problems with the motherboard. And we have the guy out all the time, and it's expensive and blah. And it's, I mean, he's telling me our story about this Fuel Master that looks exactly like ours.
Wow.
So he said he was going to a QT pod as soon as they can or whatever. And again, I was in 8 different states and pulled up to every QT pod was working perfectly, and I was jealous. So.
Yeah, I guess.
But anyway, Bob is working on that, and he's got, I think, some traction. I mean, I think it's happening slowly, but they're supposed to have somebody here in a few weeks that's going to take a look at our system that should have a better option for us.
Great. far as I know, it's been working.
It's been working as far as I know as well, yeah, Dwight hasn't
I was
said
out
anything.
there last week, and the pipeline control pilot was, he says it works well for me except for their company credit card. And I don't know if it's, I think it's a MasterCard. And
For crying out loud.
the system will not accept the MasterCard.
Huh.
Never.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yes.
Okay, the new leases for current hangar owners, I believe, I don't believe that should have been on here anyways.
Okay.
We don't have any action on that,
No,
correct?
just take it off?
Yes, please.
Yep.
Okay, now, Aubrey, you had a quick update on the hangar lease requests.
The Arbor Show tonight. Okay.
Yes.
Parker decided to pass. I had a call and an email out to the next person on the list and did not hear back from them yet. I just did that today. And there was somebody else that was added to the list, Eric Stahl. So that's mine. And he would be the last one after Jan Smith. But I need to contact him. He'll be all the way through the list.
Okay. And who is that one that's up now?
Jan Smith,
Jan Smith.
Helena. I called and emailed.
Okay.
Okay. All right, airport manager has sent us an email that I can read if you guys like. Okay, as you all know, we have had some snow and for a change, not much wind to keep the runway, parking, and ramp and taxiways clear. So I've been trying to plow with the Old County plow when I can get to it. I was just out there today, it looks really great.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, looks great.
The county road department was hoping to acquire a couple snow plows, but as of this date, they have not received them. So I get the plow when it becomes available to use. Fuel sales have been continuing without much problems. That answers that question. I did an update with Global Air, our prices not changing last week. I've not heard anything from the fuel pump representatives that Bob and I talked to. We are waiting for the snow to clear at the parking area at 8 Uniform 9 Canyon Ferry to auger tie-down holes. I will install the tie-downs as soon as they are drilled. Sounds like any day we will start to see some work starting on the project at 8 Uniform 8 Townsend. Very exciting. Just FYIs, Cody Folkford has an aircraft mechanic doing some work for him, and he may be interested in doing some work such as annuals here. That's great.
Yeah.
He's from Lewistown and has expressed some interest in building a business here.
Good.
Item B, I attended the Montana Airport Managers Association, MAMA. Meeting was elected as the GA Airport Board member, so I guess it's official.
Mhm.
I don't know if I misspoke there. He was elected as a GA Airport Board member. One point of discussion affecting general aviation was that some airports are considering ramp fees. This seems to be the only from small airports with FBOs. Their issue is that pilots land, use their facilities, and this ends up costing them money. They believe that a fee would recoup some of these expenses. The larger airports chimed in, saying that the cost of tracking down and recovering those fees is not worth it. Also, some believe that a ramp fee would backfire and that pilots would bypass those airports, and the loss of fuel sales would be higher than the ramp fee revenue. They were wondering about listing those ramp fees in the Montana Airport Directory published by the Montana Aeronautics. MAMA decided not to comment on the subject. Sounds like around the country that this is happening more regularly. However, I think it is not on the Montana plan in the near future. During my absence, Ken Nelson, the county road supervisor, will be checking in on the airport and plowing as necessary. And he's got his contact information here. Dwight will be back January 26th. A reminder that the Montana Aviation Conference is February 27th to March 1st in Missoula. See you next month. Any comment on Dwight's commentary?
I remember when I first got on the board, I don't remember why I was calling all the airports, but I was doing some research for something. And it was, I think, overfill. We were trying to get a feel of hangar leases and that kind of thing. It was right when I first got on the board, and I remember specifically asking a lot of airports in the area about landing fees. Even as far east as like Laurel, Three Forks, and those, and everybody kind of had the same opinion. It's not worth charging the landing fees or tie down fees or whatever because you'd lose it. But
I think it's more of an FBO thing. I mean, we're a public airport and we have a public bathroom that people want to come use. That's their business.
yeah,
I guess if I owned an FBO and people were using it free of charge, you might have a different opinion, but that's the FBO's business
yeah.
Well,
in my view.
it made a difference for me because I used to go into Glacier International and they charged me a ramp fee that I didn't notice. It was on my bill. You know, I just paid the bill and left because all the previous times I just paid for fuel. And once I saw the ramp fee, I never been back. I go to Kalispell. So they lost a person buying gas is what they did. So I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think it's more applicable to Glacier Park that has Gulfstreams coming in and selling
Yeah.
400 gallons.
Yeah. I mean, it
Jet
was
A.
ridiculous, $50.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like I was a Gulfstream.
Oh, wow.
Any other comment on Dwight's report? Okay, fuel pricing. The current wholesale price is $4.25. We paid $4.19 in September. Our current price is $5.50, which is about middle of the road as far as anything within a couple hundred miles. Some are higher, some are lower. I did a little math and I'm curious about you guys' opinion on this. Our long-term average sales going back 5 or 6 years is 27.2 gallons a day. So for a 10,000 gallon load, that's basically 365 days, whatever the math is. It's a year. So a couple things. Number one, I would like to refresh the fuel every 6 to 9 months, not every year. Number two, I think we have some wiggle room on price. Again, our target has always been 83 cents above wholesale. Right now we're more than $1. $1.30.
Yep.
So I think it probably makes sense to come down to say about $5.25. We can up our fuel sales a little bit more. We could be more of a destination where people come in to fuel. We refresh our fuel more often. The flip side of that coin is we may end up buying in the peak season. It's typically about 50 cents higher in the middle of summer than it is in the middle of winter, which affects our fuel price. But I still think, again, we're even at $5.25, we're still $1 above wholesale. So if everybody else is good with it, that's my opinion, is we should reduce it to $5.25 and keep our fuel fresh.
Do you know how much we have left in the tank?
We have 8,100 gallons right now.
So, and we probably don't want to sit on that too much over the construction. So,
Well, that's a good point. We're not going to sell fuel for 3 months.
That's what I was.
Yeah. I think
Well,
we had this
and then you have
discussion
to worry
last
about the
month, and you were-
the
we decided to
aging,
wait for you.
I agree.
the aging of the fuel.
Is an issue.
So, I mean,
I'd say even
as a
lower.
I
business
didn't think
person,
about
I'd
that.
look at that and I would want to get rid of my inventory.
Let's go to 5.
Well,
I mean, you have effectively 3 months.
You gotta think about, because you still gotta pay your credit card fees and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which costs us
you could do 5.15 if you wanted to split the baby.
33 cents per gallon is our cost.
So everyone does a credit card. Let's save 5%.
Well, we've done the math on it. Between the credit card fees, the line, the phone line or whatever that it takes, it costs us 33 cents before we
Per gallon.
per gallon. So we've always said we want a 50% or 50 cents markup. So that puts us at 83 cents, which above the wholesale price right now puts us at 5.02. Now the price will go up as the year goes on. I hate to have a fire sale about it. 525 would put us on the low end of everybody within, Cessna distance.
Yeah.
Or you could lower it to like 515, and then as the prices see if you
Come
get
back
a
up.
lot of hit, and as the prices start to raise, you could go back up to 525.
Yeah, we could lower it and then raise it next month. Just see if we can unload some of the gas, because I think it's a good idea.
I mean, it's probably, like you said, a low time, so it's not going to be a fire sale per se until probably another couple months. But if they're going to start in April, you're only looking at 3 months.
I'm fine with it. We still have our
You're still covering your costs.
covering our costs and markup.
When did we get the load?
It was the middle of September.
Yep.
So the runway would
It's going to be
at
cool.
best be open when the fuel is a year old. If it was a holdover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We could always do a 5,000 gallon load somewhere in there. That adds, 20 cents a gallon.
So does the price go down, say in August by chance? Does it start to creep?
Drops off in like November. Well, it's an arc. This is the year.
Yeah.
So-
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Hopefully you're more on the winning side. Yeah.
Okay, let's put it to 515.
And then if you don't get you could keep it at 515. You're
Yeah,
still,
I just don't want to be volatile about it because people get to know long term that, hey, Townsend is where I stop for fuel. When I'm leaving Helena to go to wherever, Minneapolis or
We had a
something.
lot of Oshkosh people stop in too.
Right.
Yeah.
But that won't be relevant this summer, but I don't know. Maybe we get the snowmobilers in on it.
Right. Okay, let's do 515,
Okay.
Abra.
Yes, I'll change it. Thank you.
Let's see. Maybe I'll have to call Dwight and have him walk me through how to change the pump.
Yeah,
he's on the ship.
He's on a ship?
it's 26.
Sunshine.
That has to be changed up at
Melissa,
the treasurer's office.
yeah. But I can't change it until I get the A-OK from Dwight. And it is changed.
Well, let's do this. I will email him because I don't want to bug him, and if he's not checking his email, then I applaud him for that, but
He checks his texts.
hey,
Not that I texted him.
I'll see if I get a hold
just
of him.
ran into him, and they are getting off at several ports, so
He did email us.
he
so,
may get them.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll try not to pressure him, but just wait to hear from me if I get a hold of him. How's that sound?
Sure.
I should know that anyway, so we don't have to rely on one person. Okay. New business, I'm just gonna submit, my lease that I had filled out. I should have done this before the meeting, but, it was approved, I believe, a couple months ago, and I meant to have that here last month, but it just needs to be signed by,
So 3 people on this board tonight need to sign this.
Okay.
This
That
piece,
narrows it
and I
down.
put the date as today, I guess.
You want a
and then I
ballot?
can put your name.
yeah, I did not
My
fill out
hand's
the date,
hurting.
because I didn't know what you wanted, probably today, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably the day the signing is great.
And then I believe there's a chairman's signature on there as well. I mean, commissioner, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well, while they are signing, we can move on here. The bylaw review, it's my understanding that was completed as well.
Well, Commissioner Randolph could probably speak more to this. We already made changes in the bylaws just recently, but the commissioners like to have you review your bylaws every year in January or February, or, and I did think you already did yours, right, and had it signed, so I don't think, I just put it on there to just double check that we didn't have to do that.
And no, none of the board members changed.
Okay.
No, but
No.
do we need to do elections?
We did elections.
But yeah, I don't have to do
You
them every.
approved board members, but did you did you have to,
No.
no, okay.
We should do that in February.
No, I have a notification of that coming, and that's not due.
Usually the boards are trying to do it at the beginning of the year, so February's fine. I don't know how you guys elected the officers last time.
Let me just double check the dates. I have it.
Would you please
I
think?
I have it listed somewhere.
And the annual consumer price index review should be in February also. That was in February last year that we did that.
Okay. And you'll mark that as a line item for next month.
Okay.
I don't know where I'd sign here. It just, I mean, the two members are signed, but the chairman.
Oh, well, I guess that's all we need then.
Dang. I wanted to battle.
Well, except for
Oh, for
Miss
the
Debbie.
resolution.
Yeah.
I didn't see that we did officers in February.
I mean, maybe we'd have to wait for Bob, the co-chair.
What's that?
Yeah, and Bob is back.
On the board.
He can sign
On-
that.
Oh,
Come in.
commission.
On the commission agenda.
Oh, the lease agreement, each one of them? Glad you're here. We'll put that on the agenda.
I'm just
Can I?
gonna- I'm gonna pass it
Make
along.
a copy of that.
Yes. What do I, oh, okay,
Yeah, 'cause I
yes.
think Bob can do that.
Bob would be the
Next month.
co-chair, well,
Co-chair.
the,
You know, chairman.
I think,
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, so Bob can do that.
I think we elected like late in the year, because I feel like we just did this, but there was
Right.
discussion about doing it the beginning of each year, and I think I was thinking it was like a February thing.
It wasn't in the February minutes, but I can keep looking. I'll let you know.
I have it down. I will look it up and
Okay.
get
Yeah.
back to you and see if we need to put it on the agenda
Okay.
next month. I will also check on the CPI increase date.
we still have a February 5th meeting, right? Right after the decision.
Oh, yeah,
Special
we were
meeting
doing a
for-
special meeting.
Okay,
I'm
so
waiting
we're
for the aeronautics.
I know that's
decision
nowhere
on
in
the
here, but
funding.
it might be worth.
I have it listed as February 6th.
Oh, yeah, because
because it's
the meeting at Aeronautics is on the
Right.
5th, and then we can make a decision on the 6th.
Right.
With regards to funds regarding the
Surfacing of.
King Ferry.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's a long day.
Dust pot deal,
Yeah,
yeah.
Is that at
it's the end
six?
of a long day.
That's what I have,
Okay.
but I'm usually wrong on such things.
No.
So I can't run away on the 6th.
We'll put that lease agreement on the January 29th commission meeting. That'll be our next one.
Okay.
Or we could sign it on the 6th too, if we have a meeting.
Sign what, vote?
We get
Bob's?
Bob to sign it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't think there's any fire.
Never mind.
Okay.
Shiny.
Okay, is there any other new business? We might be setting a record here, but if there's no
You
new
met
business.
your match from last month. Last month was pretty quick, and
Was
we
it?
thought maybe it was you that
Yeah.
dragged us on. But you're proving otherwise today, Adam.
I can tell stories all night. Okay, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.